Repeat business can easily be the difference between legal nurse consultants who struggle to find clients and those who have waiting lists of clients. And I want to show you exactly how to create repeat business in your company. I'm Randy Lovelace. I've built a six-figure legal nurse consulting business from the ground up. And not only that, but I've helped hundreds of nurses to learn to do the same. But here's what I learned early on. Getting your first attorney client, it's hard. Getting your second case from that same attorney, honestly, guys, that should be easy. Yet most legal nurse consultants treat every project like it's a one-time transaction instead of building this long-term relationship that's going to generate consistent income. Now, today, I'm going to show you the exact system that turns one-time clients into lifetime business relationships and lifetime revenue streams. So let me start with a question for you. Would you rather spend your time constantly prospecting for a new client, or would you rather spend your time having attorneys call you when they need a medical case review? Well, that's a dumb question because it's an obvious answer, right? Here's the reality. Attorneys who find reliable, high-quality legal nurses, they're going to send them case after case, year after year. And one good attorney relationship can be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars over time. And most legal nurse consultants, though, they never get that second case because they focus on completing the work instead of building the relationship. So today I'm going to break down the 5 pillars of repeat business success. So let's jump into it. Pillar 1, high quality work product. This is a must. This is your foundation. It's non-negotiable. But high quality means something specific in the legal world. There are 4 parts to having a high quality work product that I want to touch on here in this video. 1 is professional presentation. Your chronologies need to look like they came from a top tier firm. Consistent formatting, proper headers, clear timelines, professional language throughout the entire thing. We hear frequently from nurses who are in Catalyst that their attorney clients are saying they've never seen a work product as good as the one that our nurses are producing. They're learning how to create the best work product in the industry right here in Catalyst. Second thing you need is strategic value addition. Don't just summarize medical records, analyze them. Identify those red flags, highlight opportunities, point out potential expert witness needs, show the attorney things that they wouldn't have caught on their own. Now in Catalyst, I teach you how to not just write reports, but provide strategic medical insights that directly impact the case and the case outcomes. Third is accuracy and attention to detail. Attorneys simply can't afford medical errors in their cases. One mistake in your chronology could cost them thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars in settlements or verdict. This is why at Catalyst, we have students complete 3 full practice cases with individualized video feedback, because by the time you're working with real attorneys, your accuracy needs to be bulletproof. Another thing you need is customization. So some attorneys have different preferences and they want detailed medical summaries, and others may prefer bullet pointed chronology. Some need extensive case analysis. Others just want the facts organized clearly, and all that's fine. But you have to learn each attorney's preferences and deliver exactly what they value most. And this sort of attention to specific needs is going to set you apart from consultants who use a one-size-fits-all approach. This is my service, take it or leave it. Okay, pillar 2, relationship building. Here's a very specific thing that separates successful LNC entrepreneurs from those who are struggling. They understand that they're not just providing medical expertise. Truly what they're doing is they're building business partnerships. Attorneys are under incredible pressure. They're juggling dozens of cases, dealing with demanding clients, working against tight deadlines, and they're trying to maximize their settlements and verdicts. And when you understand their world, you start looking for ways to make their job easier, not just complete your assigned task. It's the difference between a worker bee and a CEO. You will still need to be skilled in the work product, but you also need to be skilled in strategic communication. This goes beyond just answering emails quickly. It's about communicating in ways that add value to the attorney's practice. For example, when you deliver a chronology, don't just send it with, here's your report. Send it with something like, here's your chronology. I've highlighted 3 areas that might benefit from having expert witness consultation. I've identified 2 potential red flags as well, where you're going to want to address these in discovery. It can also help to add a personal touch without overstepping. Remember details about their practice, their cases, their preferences, but maintain professional boundaries. You're a strategic partner, you're not their best friend. Probably. I have some attorneys that we're pretty good friends. But your breakthrough can really come when you stop trying to convince attorneys to hire you, please, and start asking thoughtful questions about their challenges. That shift from vendor to consultant and even compadre can change everything. You're also going to need to maintain consistency in every interaction, every email, every phone call, every document delivery. It's an important opportunity to reinforce your professionalism and your reliability. There are no small interactions, only opportunities to build or damage that relationship. All right, let's move on to pillar 3, timely submission and efficiency. In the legal world, deadlines aren't just suggestions, they are requirements. You miss a deadline, you might cost the attorney their case. You might cost them lots of money. You might cost them all sorts of headache on their end. Personally, I always aim to deliver work at least 24 to 48 hours before the promised deadline. This gives the attorney time to review it, ask questions, request any sort of revisions without feeling rushed. Ensure you provide proactive communication about any potential delays if you have any. If you encounter some sort of unexpected complication that could impact your timeline, communicate that immediately. Don't wait until the deadline to then surprise them with problems. Instead, say something like, I'm reviewing the records for the Johnson case and discovered an additional 500 pages that weren't in the original file. This is going to add about 5 hours to the project. Now, I can deliver the original piece that you requested on time and the additional analysis a couple days later, or we can just extend the entire deadline by a couple days. And then I can get you the comprehensive report. Which one do you want? What's your preference? And that sort of proactive communication, it builds trust and it shows that you're thinking strategically about their needs. Efficient project management is also so important to help you build and scale your business. Develop systems within your business that allow you to handle multiple cases simultaneously without compromising quality or deadlines. I have a whole nother video about that. Go check it out. Use the professional tools that make your work more efficient, your deliverables more polished. I literally just did a video about tools you need. Attorneys are going to notice the difference. They'll see the difference between work that was created with professional systems in place and work that looks like it was thrown together by LNC in their closet. All right, pillar number 4, strong follow-up. You got to have a strong follow-up campaign. This is where a lot of legal nurse consultants drop the ball completely. They deliver the work, they get paid, and then nothing. No follow-up, no relationship maintenance, no positioning for future opportunities. So here's what I want you to do. Within 24 to 48 hours of delivering work, send a brief follow-up. Hey, I wanted to make sure you received the Johnson case chronology, that it meets your needs. Let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything I can clarify. Easy peasy. But this opens the door for feedback. And it shows that you care about their satisfaction, not just completing the task. Now, a few weeks after delivering the work, follow up on the case outcome. Hey, I've been thinking about the Johnson case and wondering how it progressed. Did the chronology help with your settlement negotiations? Easy. Again, doesn't take long. This shows genuine interest in their success, though. And often that can lead to conversations about other cases they're working on. Now, every few months, reach out with valuable information of some sort, not a sales pitch. Something like, hey, I was recently attending a medical malpractice conference and I learned about some new standards in cardiac care that you might find relevant to your practice. So I've attached a brief summary of what I found, what I learned. I also want to let you know that I have availability for new cases if anything comes up. This keeps you top of mind when they need medical expertise. It's also a good idea to send brief professional greetings for major holidays, or when you see something in the news about their firm's successes or something, an award they've won. And look for those things. This kind of personal touch maintains the relationship between projects. All right, and finally, routinely share relevant medical updates or regulatory changes or industry insights that could impact their cases. You want to position yourself as a valuable resource and not just a vendor that they call when they need something. Okay, on to Pillar 5, proactive opportunity creation. The most successful legal nurses out there don't wait for attorneys to think of ways to use them. They proactively identify opportunities. When reviewing records, look for additional ways you can help. Something like, hey, while completing the chronology, I noticed some potential product liability issues that could be worth exploring. I can provide a separate analysis of the medical device failures if that'd be helpful. Right? Looking for things, experts, offer to coordinate expert witnesses in their area of expertise. Hey, I've worked with several excellent cardiac surgeons who serve as expert witnesses. I'd be happy to provide introductions if you need an expert testimony on the cardiac issues in this case. You could also offer to provide brief educational sessions for the attorney's team on medical topics relevant to their practice. This is going to position you as a go-to expert, and it's going to keep you visible. If you're not positioned to directly help them with their needs, maybe you could refer someone that's a resource outside of your clinical background or scope of service. You don't have to say that's not my bag, I'm staying in my lane. If you can help refer someone, that builds goodwill. And oftentimes that's going to lead to a reciprocal referral. And as you learn more about an attorney's practice, identify new ways to serve them. Maybe they need medical record organization or expert witness vetting or medical research for specific cases. See, there's this compound effect of repeat business. And here's what happens when you master these 5 pillars. Your business becomes exponentially easier and more profitable. Instead of constantly prospecting for new clients, you're managing relationships with existing clients who already trust you and value your work. Instead of competing on price with every new prospect, you're the trusted expert that attorneys can call when they need the best medical analysis. And instead of feast or famine income cycles, you can have predictable revenue from ongoing relationships. The goal isn't just to get clients. It's to build a business that works for you instead of you constantly working for it. Now, let me warn you about the mistakes that kill repeat business. Mistake number 1, treating every case as a transaction instead of a relationship building opportunity. Mistake number 2, failing to follow up. After a project completion, always follow up. Mistake number 3, not understanding the attorney's broader practice and the challenges they're facing. Mistake 4, competing on price instead of value. There's a big difference there. Mistake number 5, lacking the systems for managing multiple client relationships effectively. These mistakes are completely avoidable if you have the right training, the right systems right from the beginning. Look, you can try to figure out relationship building, follow-up systems, repeat business strategies all on your own. But you're going to go through expensive trial and error and massive losses of your time, your energy, and your money. Or you could learn from a proven system that's already working for hundreds of successful legal nurse consultants. In Catalyst Coaching and Mentoring, we're going to teach you not just how to create excellent work products, but how to build long-term client relationships that are going to generate consistent income for years. We provide the templates, the systems, the training, and the ongoing support to build a repeat business-focused practice from day one. So check out our free training where I walk you through the complete framework for building long-term client relationships that's going to generate consistent income for you. The link is right down below in the description. Listen, it's time to stop chasing new clients and to start building relationships that last. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.